This is MMA Oddsmaker.
Okay, time for today's bonus fight on the Oddsbreaker segment. It's going to be a UFC Flyweight Title fight. Now, this fight has not been officially announced yet, but it is going to take place. It's between champion Demetrious Johnson and challenger John Dodson. Guys, I don't have to tell you what kind of outstanding fight this is going to be. We're going to start off with Larry first. We're going to break the odds. Demetrious Johnson minus 285. The comeback on John Dodson is going to be plus 215. Give me your take and give me your bet.
Well, listen, I agree with you. It's going to be an outstanding fight. I mean, it's being billed as the fastest fight in UFC history. Can't disagree with that. And look, to be honest with you, I think these guys are very evenly matched, except for one thing. I think Johnny Dodson has much greater knockout power than Demetrious Johnson does. Now, Demetrious, phenomenal defensive striking, very hard to hit, great wrestling, the speed, of course, and the cardio. I think the speed and cardio are going to be about even in this fight. DJ might be slightly faster, but 25 minutes in the cage and not getting caught with that power, to me, is what sways me towards Dodson, especially at these numbers. If you told me it was a pick'em, I'd have to debate about it. But if you tell me I'm going to get plus 215 on a guy who has 6 knockouts on his record, the majority of those taking place, 5 of those taking place above 125 pounds, because he was fighting at 35 and 45. So I think it's going to be very difficult for DJ to get his hands on Dodson, just as it will be for Dodson. But the difference to me is that power. I think if Dodson shows any kind of significant takedown defense, then DJ's in a lot of trouble. And at these numbers, I'll go with the dog.
A lot of excellent points made by Larry here. He is going to go with the dog. 500 to win 1,075 on John Dodson over Demetrious Johnson. Let's throw it over to Damon Martin. Damon, what do you think?
You know, I agree with Larry and a lot of points he said in this fight. I like John Dodson here. You know, the thing about John, if you were going to pinpoint some criticism he had before the UFC, it was unrealized potential. He was a guy that kind of lacked a little bit of a killer instinct, and I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that he was kind of toiling away without a right weight class, not really a good place to go. Now that he's in the UFC, however, this kid's got serious killer instincts. He's got nasty power in his hands. He's got a great body shot, which he'll tell you that's the reason he put away Jasir Da Silva, were body shots. I tell you right now, I like the way this kid fights. Great takedown defense, great team behind him at Team Jackson, and I just like stylistically the way that he could hurt Demetrious Johnson when Demetrious tries to jump in and pop shot him. I think he's got the speed and the power to put DJ down, so I'm going to go with John Dodson in this fight as well.
Okay, so Damon also finds value in John Dodson at plus 215 odds. 500 to win 1,075. So both of our experts agree that John Dodson does have some value and could pull off the upset against Demetrious Johnson. Stay tuned for what Miguel and I have to say during our odds adjustment segment.
Well, that's it for another episode of MMA Oddsbreakers. You can look for the odds that Nick broke right here on the show to start popping up at the sport books throughout the coming week. And a huge special thanks to our 2 guests, Larry Pepe and Damon Martin, as always, delivering the goods. Thanks, guys.
And make sure you guys check out our website, MMAOddsbreaker.com, if you haven't checked it out. We got a lot of cool gambling-related stuff, material content there for you guys to check out. Also, follow us on Twitter at MMA Oddsbreaker. For Miguel Oderati, I'm Nick Kalikas saying until next time, enjoy the fights.